Hey everybody, it's Jason from the Texas Gun Vault, and today I'm coming to you with an EDC gear or product review of the RovyVon GL3 Pro tactical flashlight laser combo for pistols. Now, RovyVon is a company in the past that has sent me flashlights for review, and they're a more budget-friendly option than your mainstream Surefires or Streamlights. The reason I make these reviews is I know that not everybody that's into guns might have the most expensive budget. You might just be a new gun owner and all that you can afford is something more on the reasonably priced spectrum, and you want an honest review if the product that you are interested in or buying is good or not. And as always, I give you guys the terms of the agreement I have with the company. The only thing that I receive for free is this device. I receive no compensation, no kickbacks, no coupon codes, nothing. They just send me the product for review and I make the video, and that is it. So you guys can decide if I'm a quote-unquote shill or the fact that I receive the product for free makes me biased in any way. But I always give you guys the terms up front so you guys know where I stand when it comes to this product. So in this review, I'm going to compare it to a couple of other lights and laser combos that I have. I have the Olight Balder, I think this is the Balder Pro, and I also have a Surefire X300U. So I will compare the lights of all three, and this one also has a green laser, which I believe this one has a green laser as well. I will also mount it to a Glock 19 Gen 5. We'll see how it mounts, how stable the mounting system is, and if I like it or not. All right, so let me adjust the camera. We're gonna unbox this thing and see what we get. All right, so here is what I received in the mail. Has a plastic bag on the outside, but some type that says EDC organizer on the inside, RovyVon stickers. So let's open this thing up. All right, so there's the case and a charging cable. So let's get that bag out of the way. Charging cable, we'll set that up there. All right, so the case actually looks kind of nice. It says RX10 EDC organizer. So I don't know if this is a different case for a different product, but this is supposed to be a laser light combo. So let's see if it is what it says it is. All right, so that does look like what it's supposed to be. Got your instruction manual up here. Got a RovyVon sticker or something, or a model number, serial number. I don't know. It says all rights reserved. I'm not sure what that is. All right, so we got the laser light combo. We got some extra parts in. Nothing else in the case, but hey, that's kind of nice. I do like that. I will definitely keep that around. All right, so let's take a look here at the laser light combo. Just kind of holding it, seems to be pretty good quality. It does not feel cheap. It feels like it's pretty substantial, pretty heavy. Looks like the battery compartment is in the back, but it is screwed on, so you can't flip it up. It appears that the levers to activate the light and the laser are on both sides. The mounting system is a quick detach system, it appears. And maybe the parts in here are going to have the two different plates. Yep, one in here says 1913 and the other one says GL, probably for Glock. So we'll have to put in one of those mounts in here. Of course, if you can run this on a rifle, you would want to use the 1913 slot. And if you're going to run this on a pistol, most likely use the GL slot. Lasers here on the bottom, light on the top. The bezel looks very good and clean. Everything about it seems to be pretty sturdy. I don't see anything that gives me any concern. It appears that the switch is on the bottom, just like the Olights, where you can go between the laser light combo, and just the light. We have those markings down here. So looks like we can switch between them. The detent for that switch seems to be pretty good. Looks like we have an elevation and windage adjustment on the laser, and probably that will correspond to the Allen wrench that is in the bag. All right, so let's see if we can turn this thing on. I guess because the battery compartment is sealed, there's nothing for me to remove, like a little piece of plastic to activate the battery. So let's see here. I'll set it to light first, and I guess I'll push down the lever and see what happens. All right, so if I hold it down, it seems to have the moment on. So as long as I hold it down, it's on. And I believe if I push it down and release fast, it should stay on. Okay, it does. That seems to be pretty bright. It's not crazy bright. I'm not sure what the lumens are. I want to say it's about 700, I think, if I remember looking at the advertisement. That's about 700 lumens. It's pretty bright, but not overwhelmingly such. All right, so now let's turn it to the, I guess, would be the laser. So let's see here, where it says laser light combo. So I'll push it down. Okay, so there's the green laser. It doesn't look to be too centered. It has a little bit of halo to it, but not too bad. And then if I push it down again, what happens? Okay, so that is the laser and light together. Oh, I see how that works. So if you push it once, it's the laser. You push it twice, it's the laser and light. I kind of like that. Let me see what happens if I just hold it down. Okay, if I hold it down, just like I want it to be on for just a moment, it's just the light. That's pretty intuitive, and I like all those options. Okay, so let's see what this center one is. I believe, based off the markings, this one might be the emergency flash. I could be wrong here, so let's see. I'll turn this on, and yeah, it's the strobe. Okay, so that seems to be your options there. You got strobe, light on, and then the laser light combo, which you can toggle between. All right, so far, this thing is really impressing me. And so far, the bezel is not getting super hot like I have issues with other lights. All right, so let's look in this bag here, and let's go ahead and mount the plate for the Glock. So let's see here, we got some extra screws, got the Allen wrench. This is probably another spring for the quick release. All right, so here's the one for the Glock GL. So hopefully this should fit in here pretty easy. Yep, it does. All right, so let me screw this down. Okay, so something I'm noticing here that I do like is all of these parts are metal. And sometimes when you get these more budget-friendly options, you get a lot of plastic parts. Everything on here seems to be made of metal, including these plates. So I do like that. So we have the quick release here, which appears as if I got to push it back and then open it. So I don't know if I'm going to need to adjust this or not, but if I do, there is a place for a screwdriver on this side. So before I mount it, let's kind of compare it in size to the other options that I have here on the table. We'll go first with the Surefire X300U, kind of an industry standard light, between $200 and $250 with 1,000 lumens. And there is the size comparison. So the light portion is definitely smaller, and you only get 300 less lumens, but now you have the laser on the bottom, and that's going to take up a little bit more real estate there. All right, and there's the bezels. And then here is going to be the Olight Balder Pro, comparative in size. Okay. The RovyVon is not finished as nice as the Olight. So that's the other side here, the Balder Pro, the top, and the bezels. All right, so that's the lights I'll be comparing them to. So let's see if this thing fits on the Glock and how hard it is to install. Okay, so it looks like I may have to adjust this, I guess. Or I can just push on this screw. Okay, I think I see how this goes. That's kind of interesting. Okay, so I'm definitely going to have to use a screwdriver to adjust this. Okay, so taking that out, and that gives me enough play there with that side plate. All right, so let's see if I can get this thing on here. Okay, so maybe this is not as intuitive as I thought, but let's see. Keep pulling that out. Okay, so I get enough room there. All right, so there we go. All right, so let me screw this portion back down. All right, so we're making a few adjustments here to see if I can get the quick detach to work correctly. All right, so we have that. I don't know. I don't know if this mounting system is as nice as the others. Might be doing this wrong, but I'll continue to kind of fiddle around with it. I know how quick releases are supposed to work. The lever on this side works just like it's supposed to. So, but I don't think that's going to be like super quick release or anything. So maybe it's just supposed to be screwed down, and this gives you a little bit of extra tension on that side. So we'll do that and just kind of leave it on for now. So maybe this is not a quick detach lever, but as it's mounted on the gun, it feels pretty solid. So I tighten that down. It's definitely not going to go anywhere. So I can reach the levers pretty easy. Might be a little bit far. I think I would like the other ones where they kind of come back towards the trigger guard just a little bit more. So if you have shorter fingers, that might be a little bit difficult to reach. Let me go to just the light for just a moment. All right, and then on. It's not too bad. I do like the fact that it is ambidextrous, and each one of the switches seems to be independent from each other. So what I mean by that is when I push down on the right pad, it does not move the left pad and vice versa. So it's not one switch like you get on the Surefire, where if I push the switch, the whole mechanism turns, both the right and the left. On this one, they are independent. So I do like that. So that is it, mounted to a Glock Gen 5, Glock 19. It fits on there pretty good. It's kind of a slower mounting system, but it is definitely very solid, and it fits the Glock frame really, really nice. All right, so let me adjust the camera, and we're going to compare the beams and the lasers of this to the other options I have here on the table. All right, so here we are in my dimly lit garage. I'm going to turn off the background lights here, and we're going to compare the beams and the lasers. All right, so we're going to start with the RovyVon GL Pro, and we're going to start with just the flashlight portion. All right, so that is pretty bright. Medium-sized hotspot with lots of spill definitely fills up the garage really well. You can see with that pretty well. The beam is white light. I do like that. I can see all the colors. It doesn't have any hint of yellow in it. I do like that. All right, so now let me turn on the laser. There that is. That laser seems to be pretty bright, and I know some of you are going to say I am not truly reviewing this because I don't have it on a gun to see if it holds zero. Well, I am just checking the product out as I unbox it, so this is not a torture test video. I'm just giving you guys my initial impressions, and that green laser is pretty darn bright. I like that, and now let me turn on the light as well with it. I don't know if that's coming across on camera, but that green laser is very bright directly in the center of that hotspot. So I like the performance of this light, and I like the different switch options. Of course, as I mentioned before, you can easily put it on strobe. So here's what that looks like. All right, so that's, I think, easier to get to. Sometimes you got to push, multiple buttons down, and to get the strobe on could probably be difficult in a stressful situation. All right, so I should also say that I'm touching the light right now. It does not get very hot like the other options I have here tonight, like this O-Light. So now we're going to do the O-Light Balder Pro. All right, so here is the Balder Pro, and the flashlight portion of this device is definitely a lot brighter, which kind of goes along with the advertised lumens. Now, my problem with this light in the past has been it does get very, very hot, has a bigger hotspot, more spill. And now we're going to go to the laser, which is right there. And that laser is just about as bright. The O-Light laser is more centered. I will say that the RovyVon green laser has a little bit more halo to it. And then here is both the laser and the light together. Once again, don't know if that's going to show up on camera, but I actually think you can see the green laser with the RovyVon a little bit better, but that might be because the flashlight portion is not as bright. All right, and then finally we have the Surefire, and the Surefire only has a flashlight. So that is the Surefire light. It has a little bit of a yellow tint to it. About the same hotspot size as the RovyVon and much more spill. So to be honest with you, I do like the lights from either RovyVon or Olight better than the Surefire. I like the white light versus one that's a little bit yellow. But of course, Surefire is the industry standard. And that's the way that one looks, and there is no laser. All right, so let me adjust the camera again, and I'll give you guys my final thoughts. All right, so what is my final thoughts on this tabletop review of the GL3 Pro by RovyVon? Well, I gotta say, I'm pretty happy with it. It seems to be well built, well constructed. The finish on it's pretty nice. It functions well. It's not too much bigger than its competitors. I really like the size of the bezel, how it doesn't stick out too far beyond the barrel. I think my only issues with it might be if you have some smaller hands, reaching those switches might be an issue. For me, it's not. So if you have medium-sized or larger hands, I don't think it'd be an issue. If you do have smaller hands, it might. I like how you're able to actuate between the laser, the light, and the strobe. Really easy. The detent works a little bit better than the Olight one does. And I like how when you have the laser light combo, you can switch between the modes by how many clicks of the switch you push. That is really, really nice. So a couple of negative things about this, I think, is the mounting system. Just a little bit hard to get on, but once it's on, it's solid. So it's not a quick release system like I initially thought. But once it's on, it is on there solid. It doesn't wobble at all. So this is something I think you want to make kind of a semi-permanent thing on a pistol. I also don't know what type of holster options would be good for this. I'm sure there are holsters out there that fit other laser light combos, but I don't know if any one of them is going to be designed specifically for this light. So if you're looking to use this with a holster, you might have to do some searching or have one custom made. Besides that, seems to be pretty darn good. I do think though that the lower lumens on this, which is 700, I did look it up, is actually a better option than the one from Olight, simply because it doesn't get as hot. Once again, when I was using this right here in the garage for that lighted portion, this thing gets really, really hot. It has what, like 1400 or 1500 lumens? This only has 700, and trust me, 700 is plenty, and it does not get hot. So I do like that a lot. It has a lot of good things going for it. Now, this is a budget-friendly option, as I said, and it does have the USB charging system, so you don't have to worry about batteries. Now, if you do have to replace the batteries, it looks like you simply have to remove some screws, take those out, and you can replace them no problem whatsoever. So, if you are on a budget, which what I said in the beginning of this video is this is a review for you. I know that a lot of people might not be interested in it because a lot of people are going to follow my channel. They're going to want the Surefire or the Streamlight. They like to go with the name brand high-end stuff. I do too. I own one of these. But I know there's a lot of people out there that might not have that budget. And I think if you're going to spend money on a laser light combo and you see one of these maybe at a gun show or you see it online, maybe at Amazon, I gotta say, I think it's pretty darn good. I don't see any construction issues, any function issues. It's finished well. It fits the gun like it's supposed to. All of the parts that you get, they're all made of metal. Yeah, it's a made in China product. It's not a made in the USA product like Surefire, but for the price, I don't think you can complain. So on my star system, how would I rate this? Well, I'm actually going to give this one pretty high marks. I'm going to say for what it is, 4.5 stars out of 5. Now, can it compete with the higher end ones? Maybe not, but I think it sure holds its own for the price. So if this is a light that you had been looking at, or a light laser combo you have been looking at because of the price, I don't think you can go wrong with it. I am very happy with it. I am very pleased. It fits the gun well. The construction is nice. You have all the adjustments for the laser. I like the fact it's a green laser. The switch is intuitive. I think it's just well designed. 4.5 stars out of 5 for the RovyVon GL3 Pro laser light combo. Yeah, one of the nicest products from RovyVon that they have sent me. So there you go. So let me know, do you guys own one of these or have any experience with them, especially if you've owned them for a longer period of time? Being that this is just a tabletop review, I unbox it, I try it out, and I give you guys my initial impressions. But maybe there's some people out there that have had this one for a lot longer and can tell me, is it holding up? Do you have any problems with it? I'd like to know that in the comment section below. So I will also put a link in the comment section below if you're interested in buying one of these. It's the link that the company sent me, or you can just go do your own research and see what they have to say. But remember, if you buy one or order one, I get no kickback. I get nothing. The only thing that I got for this review was this laser light combo for free, and that is it, and all I will ever get. So there you go. I hope you enjoyed this review, and I hope it helped. So let me know if you have any questions, comments, or concerns in the comment section below. And as always, thanks for watching.